me, Holly Streno, and Jasmine Monroe. Good morning. It is draft day, the NFL draft here in downtown Cleveland. So we have you covered with everything you need to know. But I know many of you who are heading out, looking outside like, whoa, this rain, what's going on? Oh no, we lost Holly.
It says low battery. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Holly is on my phone. There you go.
Okay.
That's why the Danielle
let's get to the forecast.
So Holly, you got to do the forecast before my phone dies there.
Yeah, and I feel so bad about today just because of the NFL draft and everything going on, but it is going to be a soaker. There's just no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it, and rain will be moderate to even heavy at times today. So umbrellas, raincoats, just be prepared. And that's not only this morning, but into the afternoon and early evening. By 8 o'clock, things should start to wind down, and then we're dry as we look ahead to tomorrow. Still chilly, only in the 50s. Saturday looks amazing. 60s, sunshine, really good stuff.
I was telling Holly that Saturday, that's when my family has tickets to the NFL draft experience. So I was like, thank you for the lovely weather.
Well, and I'm glad that you and Jasmine are sporting sunshine today.
Yes. The yellow, sunshine, not for any other NFL team. I have orange shoes on to really support the Browns too as well. Thank you so much, Holly. Now, remember, if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. But again, the draft starts tonight. Browns pick at 26. Let's start. I want to know right now, who do you think, because I'm going to give you guys the information for all of everybody our team knows already, because I've been saying it all morning long. But we want to know who you think are the best and worst draft picks for the Browns. So I'm going to let Dave go, not with the best and worst, but he's going to give us kind of like a preview because the Browns do pick tonight at 26. Now, someone told me that they think that the Browns will trade that pick. I don't know, or so we'll see. But Dave, what do you think? What are we going to do at 26? Because you spent so many years covering the Browns.
Yeah, well, I think trading is a real high possibility for sure, especially if the Browns don't have a guy there that they just absolutely love and they feel they can move down a couple picks and get some future draft picks. It's definitely something they could do because they're not in a position this year. Remember last year, they had to get a left tackle, and they got that. This year, there's not a position they have to get. I mean, they have the entire offense returning. They've done a really good job getting free agents on the defensive side of the ball here during free agency. Now, that said, they still have a lot of work to do on defense. I would imagine that they would probably, well, I'm going to say it. They're going to draft someone on the defensive side of the ball. If they don't, it would be a wide receiver. I would still be surprised if they did that. So I'm looking at a cornerback. You can never have too many cornerbacks in the NFL right now. And the ones they do have right now are injury prone. And they could definitely use some cornerbacks. A lot of people nationally think they'll go linebacker, but the thing is the Browns don't put a lot of stock in linebackers, and they've gotten a couple in free agency. And they play more safeties and less linebackers at times. So I wouldn't be shocked if they went linebacker, but I think that's the national opinion. And then defensive linemen, they definitely could use another guy in the D line. So I think they're going to go defense. What you're going to find tonight is that you'll see a lot of teams might do this, and the Browns value picks. They have 9 of them. They don't need 9 guys. Their roster is much deeper. In the past, they needed like 19 or 29, right? They don't need 9 guys this year. They'll try to trade some of those picks to get picks in the future. And here's the thing, because of COVID and you couldn't have the combine like they have in the past, they haven't gotten to know, the NFL teams haven't gotten to know a lot of these guys like they've known in the past. So it makes it more difficult to pick in the later rounds. So basically what I'm saying is these later round picks aren't as valuable this year. So they might want to try to get later round picks or even earlier round picks in years to come. So those are a couple of reasons why I think the Browns could trade the pick. So I say defensive side of the ball, I'd lean cornerback, possibly trade the pick.
All right. So let us know what you think in the comment section. Will we pick at 26 or will we just trade it away? As Dave says, we have a pretty good team and we did a lot of work during the free agency as well. So maybe we don't, like you said, we probably don't need all of that, but we shall see what the Browns do. They may surprise us. And we had a poll running about who are the best and worst picks, the draft picks, because many years we've been right at the top there because we've been terrible, but not this past year. But I do want to let you all know what you said. So for those best picks, this is not a surprise to me, but earning the highest points, Jim Brown, of course. He was the number 6 overall pick in 1967, led us to a number of championships. Everybody knows Jim Brown. Then followed by that, 16% of you said Joe Thomas was our best pick, and he was the 3rd overall pick in 2007. And by the way, Jim Brown got 67% of the votes from you. And then the best coming in third was Ozzie Newsome. And Dave, you really liked him. You said you wore his number in high school.
The Wizard of Oz. He was the best.
He was the 23rd overall pick in 1978. And so we've had a lot of bad picks. I know I've been able watching the draft throughout the years, and when they make a pick, they go, oh! But here's what you're saying. Trent Richardson, he came in as the 3rd worst pick in our poll. He was the number 3 overall pick in 2012. And then 16% of you said Justin Gilbert. He was the number 8 overall pick in 2014. And then topping that poll, like I said, I don't think anybody is surprised by this. Most of you picked Johnny Manziel as the worst draft pick. And he was our 2014 pick at number 22. So let me know what you think your best and worst picks are. But Austin, I'm gonna go to you because, I know you have to get off it really quickly. But many people, it's great whatever happens with the draft, that it's great here in Cleveland because restaurants, they're hoping to really, knock it out of the park.
Yeah, to benefit from this, yeah. And maybe the best analogy would be score a touchdown or something like that. But like any event, like the RNC that was here, the MLB All-Star Game, coming up, the NBA All-Star Game, the NFL draft has really evolved into this huge fan city experience, and bringing thousands and thousands of people. I think Maureen said 50,000 people a day are expected to be here in Cleveland. So, and it's tough. It's a double-edged sword right now too, because if this was the year that Nashville had this, and I think that's kind of the pinnacle of the NFL draft, of that fan experience of just the crazy crowds, obviously pre-COVID, all around Broadway there. I think Cleveland really had the opportunity to do something like that, but with the pandemic, it's just simply impossible to do that. But in Cleveland fashion, I think we're gutting it out and making the best of the opportunity. And and restaurants are really trying to cash in on that as well, especially because of everything that's been going on. So they're really looking forward to this weekend as getting more foot traffic, especially the downtown restaurants that have really been hit hard by the pandemic because of they've really experienced it much worse than the surrounding areas, just because of need and accessibility, essentially. And people working downtown, much more people working from home. But places doing big deals. Market Garden, Nano Brew, they're doing $3 drafts. Sam McNulty said that every day is draft day here in Cleveland, no pun intended. And they also are continuing that shot vaccine. So if you show your vaccine, the proof of it, you get a 10-cent beer. So they're continuing to do that. Also, Saucy Brewworks, they're hosting a draft day party tonight with Denzel Ward. The proceeds of that are going to go to Denzel Ward's foundation. And so that's cool to be able to help out that charity. The tickets for that sold out. This is just how excited people are to get out and kind of do some different things. They sold out 200 tickets in less than an hour. Yeah. So that's going to be taking place tonight. While there's no more tickets available for that, you can still go to Saucy. They have this really, really cool patio. It's called the Vibe Patio. And man, there are some vibes out there. They have volleyball, they have giant beer pong, and Dave's favorite, they have cornhole there too. So I have to correct myself because where I'm from, we call it bags, and my girlfriend gets really mad at me if I call it bags. It's cornhole.
What is that?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You want to throw some bags?
Yeah, throw some. They are bags. They're literally bags. So
of corn.
Of corn. Good point, Dave. Good point. But some of them I see are sandbags. Maybe that's not the true cornhole fashion, but that's neither here nor there. But then also it's kind of cool to see like there's this new, really cool, which is right out of Dave's era, 1970s style disco bar in the flats. If you can remember the old Magnolia, I didn't even know it left, and they rebranded. It's still the same forward company that's doing it, but Bobby Rudder is the owner, and they've completely redone it. They call it Goodnight John Boy, and it's straight out of the 70s. They have the orange carpet, they have the rotary phones, they have the kind of the, I don't know if I would say ugly, but the clashing kind of what's a wallpaper, and just but
Also, I'm gonna have to
bar,
cut
like,
you off here really
yeah.
quickly because we got to get to Jasmine. We're running
Okay.
out of time,
All right,
and
Jasmine,
you
go
can't
check
go
it out.
on into her time.
Yeah.
But you'll have all of
Feel
that
free to talk,
information on
Austin.
WKYC.com.
Jasmine.
Yeah, he's
What
trying
can I
He's
say?
trying
I
to eat
can't
up your
even say
time,
anything.
Jasmine. But you know, we got to end with the future of football. And Jasmine, you talked to a Cleveland local who hasn't played for the Browns, but he has been in an NFL, and his name, we all know it.
Yeah, so which is actually crazy. I think last year Jim Donovan did a story on Ted Ginn Sr. and Ted Ginn Jr. and they said, wouldn't it be nice if you can end your career playing for the Browns? So he said, you know, he's a free agent right now, so anything is possible. But yes, the future of football is, of course, in our youth. And he has a great program. It's the Ginn Elite Spartans, and they do such a great job. The bottom line is that they focus on the kids, and not only do they focus on the youth as players, they focus on the parents too as well. And they make sure education is the number one priority. So in order to play football, you have to do good in school. And then they just pretty much invest so much into the kids. There's like over 45 kids who play, and they look up to him. So it's good to see those programs, and it's good to see these people who make it out of Cleveland and come back and still invest in Cleveland.
Love it, love it, love it. And that story will be on WKYC.com. As we close, I want to say hello to Allison Moneymaker, who has a civil war going on in her house. Her husband is a Steelers fan. She's a Browns fan. So
Well, I got yellow on today. I did this on purpose.
I have yellow. I don't have yellow on because of that. I'm trying to bring sunshine.
This was on purpose. And Dave, I did not like how you and Maureen laughed at Mike Polk's story. He said he couldn't find any beautiful women in Pittsburgh. The insult. You know, I wanted to jump through the TV screen, but we'll talk about that later.
You're not in Pittsburgh. You're in Cleveland, Jasmine.
That's true.
Right,
that's true.
Right. But
I
have
did think about you.
there.
I was like, I know Jasmine is upset about that line.
Real
Go
quick,
ahead, Dave.
Danielle, before you go, Jasmine, great job on that story. The Ginns, they do so much. And Austin, you finally found some helmets today that can fit over your hair, huh?
Oh, and you met Austin and jumped off. He didn't even say bye.
Oh, man. That would have been
you
good,
didn't. And you got a good one. All righty. Well, I hope you all have a good Thursday and that you enjoy really the national spotlight being on Cleveland. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 a.m. on Go. Bye-bye.